Imagine a world without work. Does it seem impossible? Perhaps it isn't. Machines, automation, and artificial intelligence are rapidly replacing humans in daily activities. Will we reach a point where work becomes a mere memory of the past? And what will a work-free society truly mean? Throughout human history, strenuous manual work has gradually been replaced by our technological creations. Consider the Industrial Revolution, when steam engines transformed manufacturing. Today, we are more productive than ever. According to a recent study, automation could increase global productivity by 1.4% annually. This means we can generate more wealth with less human effort. For instance, in the automotive sector, collaborative robots or cobots work alongside human workers, enhancing efficiency and reducing errors. This not only improves production but also allows workers to focus on more creative and strategic tasks. If this trend continues, we might expect a drastic reduction in the need for work. Imagine waking up without the obligation to do anything. No meetings, no deadlines, just free time. It sounds like a dream, but it could also be frightening. Work has always been a fundamental part of our lives. It's not merely a means to earn a salary. It gives us dignity and motivation. Moreover, it occupies a significant portion of our time and life. What would happen if this were to disappear? Work and what it represents is becoming obsolete. Today, we no longer need to work the same hours we did in the past. The balance is shifting more towards the leisure time rather than the time we spend working each day. According to a study by the University of Oxford, 45% of jobs in the United States are at risk of automation in the coming decade. This means nearly half of the workforce could find themselves without traditional employment. However, this does not necessarily have to be seen as a threat. It could be an opportunity to redefine our relationship with work and leisure. The transition to a work-free society will not be immediate. Some sectors will be more affected than others, and jobs will be created more slowly than they are destroyed. This could lead to increased unemployment and significant challenges for governments and individuals. Many experts believe these changes will happen faster than previous transitions. One reason is that with artificial intelligence, innovations spread and replicate at a rapid pace. Consider that downloading a new program to a computer takes only a few seconds and can be done virtually anywhere in the world with minimal difficulty. For example, the transportation sector is one of the most at risk. With the advent of autonomous vehicles, many drivers could lose their jobs. However, new opportunities could emerge in the management and maintenance of these vehicles. The key will be the training and reskilling of the workforce. To face these changes, we will need to develop flexibility and independence. If companies push to automate most of the processes, they will not need a significant amount of labor, especially if it is unskilled. All these people will need to develop flexibility in terms of skills and independence. The concept of freelancing will become more common, and many will become entrepreneurs. But this will require strong support from governments to avoid unfair competition and monopolies. There are successful examples of platforms that connect freelancers with companies worldwide. This model allows workers to offer their skills, flexibility, and work on projects they are passionate about. Nevertheless, it's crucial that governments implement policies that protect freelancers' rights and ensure that they have a stable income. The transitional period presents a challenge for which we currently have only outdated solutions that rarely prove effective today. The gaps created by the current economic system cannot be easily repaired without completely rethinking the economic models that support everything. Once adapted, we will experience a completely different world. What we will do with all the free time? Some fear that people will succumb to laziness, while others believe everyone will find their own path. The truth, as always, probably lies somewhere in between. For instance, the notion that humans are inherently lazy if left on their own devices stems from a reality where people, frustrated by their jobs and living conditions, seek personal time that ends up being spent on leisure activities rather than productive ones, if these individuals lack the right mindset or guidance. The potential of humanity is limited only by our imagination, and the idea of not having to work would allow us to dedicate ourselves to what motivates us and make us feel alive. We would not be obligated to maintain the status quo. Instead, this new condition would push us to question it. And if sometimes we don't feel like doing anything, there's no harm in that. We were not born to be always efficient and productive. These are terms coined for machines, not for us humans. We must not fall into the trap of turning ourselves into machines to easily compare ourselves to them. Judging our productivity simply by the time we spend on working is a metric from an industrial past that hardly applies to today's world, where the work we do is completely different. However, we cannot ignore the challenges. Mass unemployment could lead to significant social and economical problems. Studies show that depression rate increases substantially for individuals who remain unemployed for extended periods. This underscores the importance of psychological and social support during the transition. Moreover, inequality could increase if only a small elite benefits from automation. It's essential that the benefits are distributed equitably and that everyone has access to the opportunities created by the technological innovation. There are examples that demonstrate that people with a guaranteed income tended to be less stressed and more likely to engage in creative and entrepreneurial activities. This suggests that with the right condition, people can thrive even without the need for traditional employment. The change will be radical and will require the development of new concepts and habits. The possibilities will be endless, and perhaps we will rediscover our role in the world. The destruction of the status quo has always led to periods of uncertainty, but we have learned to face them and improve together. This is the hope for the near future. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it interesting and thought-provoking, please consider joining our channel for more insights and insightful content. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. If you want to support our journey and gain access to exclusive content, consider becoming a patron. I'll see you in the next video.